welcome back to the channel and welcome to the new Skoda Octavia RS 245 Combi. It has a 2-liter and 245 horsepower engine at the front, a 7-speed automatic DSG transmission and a limited slip differential managing the power sent to the front wheels. And if you think the word fast and the brand Skoda don't mix very well, well then you need to catch up on history a bit.
Skoda has been involved in motorsports for more than 100 years, mostly around rallying. Admittedly, they were more successful while under the VW Group's helm, but even before that they developed quite a few special machines. The Monte Carlo winner Octavia Touring Sport, the Porsche of the East 130 RS and the Group B spec 130 LR. Anybody here remember the dominance of the Polo VRC just a few years ago? Guess who helped develop that winning car? Yup, you're right. Skoda did, and in the process of doing that they also won 3 European Rally Championships, and in the new VRC2 category they won 4 consecutive titles. Not bad, eh?
Now I guess it's time to address the elephant in the room, meaning the front end of this facelifted Octavia. The reason why they made it look like this, according to the folks at Skoda, is the fact that they wanted to give their biggest selling model a unique look. And boy oh boy, did they do that. A good explanation, but nonetheless, I wonder why they felt the need to do that. I mean, even BMW copied Audi and made all of their current cars look exactly the same. But anyway, at first I didn't really like the new front end, but now after driving this RS version, in my eyes it looks much better than on the standard Octavia.
So what are the differences between the RS and the regular car, you may ask? Well, you have sportier front and rear bumpers, gloss black accents all around the car, 19-inch wheels and trapezoidal exhaust tips. If you want to see a more detailed walk around of this car, its specs and its practicality, click the icon in the top right hand corner of the screen or follow the link below the like button.
This is probably the easiest to drive car that I've experienced this year. I can't quite put my finger on why is that exactly. The steering is light, the suspension is comfortable, and this superb panoramic sunroof adds so much light inside the car that it actually makes it feel even bigger than it already is.
That said, because of these big 19-inch alloys and those skinny tires fitted to them, this Octavia RS doesn't handle potholes in the most refined way possible. The ride is smooth, but as soon as you hit a crack in the tarmac, there's a big bang and it feels like the alloy is taking all the hits while the tire doesn't absorb any of the energy of the impact.
The steering for me is the biggest surprise of this package actually. It's sharp, it's precise, and it's got the right amount of weight added to it. It's such a big difference compared to my old 1.8 TSI, it's night and day. Now obviously they do need to work on the feedback that you get from the road through the steering wheel, and in comfort mode I feel pretty disconnected from the car actually. But once you put the car in sport mode, you get the perfect compromise for a bit of spirited driving.
Even though this is a big car, the engine is up to the job. It's powerful, it has plenty of torque, and it also sounds pretty good for a 4-pot. It takes the car from 0 to 100 km per hour in 6.7 seconds, so it's just 0.3 of a second slower than a Golf GTI performance, which is not bad at all. And coupled to the excellent 7-speed DSG box, extracting the performance from this engine is effortless.
These diffs are so good nowadays. Even in this awful weather, no matter how hard I accelerate the car, it just doesn't wash wide and it keeps the line you're giving it with the steering wheel. It's really impressive. That being said, when you're driving this car fast, you really do feel its size. The suspension does get firmer when you put the car in sport mode, but there's a significant amount of body roll when you chuck it into a corner. It all happens in a controlled manner, so to speak, but for me, it just takes away a bit of the confidence when you're driving this car fast.
One thing that I found particularly annoying is the fact that the Esp Traction Control seems to be a lot more intrusive than in a GTI I drove a few months ago. But I guess it's because this is a more family-oriented car, so it has to be a bit more on the safe side.
So how to sum up this car? Well, it's actually really simple. This is the perfect family GTI brought to you by Skoda. If your family likes to carry a lot of stuff around with them all the time, and you want something a bit faster than your regular Octavia, then this is the car for you. It has the same engine, the same transmission, and the same diff as the GTI Performance does. But I won't lie to you, you're not gonna get the same quality interior as in the Golf. It doesn't look as good, and the materials inside the cabin are not up to par. But hey, it's cheaper and it's bigger. So you win on one front and lose on the other. But that's been it for my Skoda Octavia RS 245 Combi review, my friends. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for lots more content to come. And until next time, take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you around.